am Sydney Rogers, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. It's November 7th, 2018, and we are live in the FingerLakes1.com studios, where I am joined by Josh Durso and Jim Sinicropi. And I am not Jessica Lahr.
You are not Jessica Lahr.
I am not, but I'm back in her throne.
Actually, you were there for several months while she was off at school.
I was just keeping it warm for her, but she is off actually this week. Is she working, I wonder? I think she's at her new place of employment.
Yes, she's working in Rochester, but I don't think that's what she's doing today. I think it has something else to do with she's helping a family member.
Oh, that's just my assumptions. But we miss her, and I guess I will take her spot for today.
But don't worry, she'll be back next week.
She'll be back.
Josh and I are tired because we were here in the studio till about close to midnight last night. Working the election.
It was a big turnout, and it was fun to watch. It was very interesting.
It was.
Yeah, there's a lot of statewide races. I mean, we'll get to that in a second. We're going to talk about the election results. We're going to take you on a tour of the Seneca Lake Wine Trail through my eyes from when we went Saturday. You know how we do that on the show once in a while. We have great photos to share this week, and so let's get to it. But before we do...
Yes, CV Designs Boutique is sponsoring our episode again, which is great because you know I love to talk about them. It's their open house, their holiday open house, and it started yesterday.
It's happening.
It's happening. I made it a point to get there, of course, and I bought my first 3 Christmas decorations already for my house.
Oh, man.
People, have their opinions about it, but once you go in there, you're like in the holiday spirit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're in this Christmas little...
What do you mean they have their opinions about it?
About...
Too early,
the decorations.
When's the right time?
And she was surprised. She thought more people would come in, I think, and buy more decorations, but she actually had a whole bunch of people come and buy all her new clothing items. But the hours now...
Well, once they're gone, right?
Yes.
The clothing, they're limited.
Yeah, I think she does some requests. Like she will... if there's a high demand, she'll get more. But their hours since Tuesday is done now. It's Wednesday through Friday. They're open 10 a.m. to 5. And then Saturday it's 10 to 4. And Sunday it's 10 to 2. So you guys have to get out there.
I'm going to go in for sure for 2 reasons. One, to find something unique for my wife for Christmas.
Beautiful.
I know she doesn't watch this show, so...
Good, we won't tell her. We'll keep it a secret.
She doesn't watch much of anything I do.
Wow.
The other thing is to get some Christmas decorations, maybe for the studio, because coming up, we wait till Thanksgiving, but once Thanksgiving ends, we decorate the studio for Christmas.
She comes in and decorates places, by the way. She decorates Cafe 19 all the time, and it looks beautiful. Like, if you go in there and you see, that's all her decorating. So
inquire for us.
I will ask her, but... You made a good point. You can do a registry for Christmas now,
I had no idea about that feature. I was just simply browsing around on social media and on her website, and I happened to come across a few things that I thought my better half would enjoy. And I didn't cart them or anything like that, but I thought to myself, I'll have to remember these. But then you said...
Surprise! Yeah.
Guess what?
They do gift registries. So even you could get your better half, and you could be like, hey... Save me the trouble. Go to her website, which is jewelrybychristinevanduzen.com, and you can pick out all your Christmas gifts and not have to worry about getting something from your significant other that you don't love. I mean, it's the year the gift is giving and whatnot.
There's some on the Facebook page, some of the clothing items now.
Hey, that's the one I was wearing last week.
Who are these models? How does she do this?
She does do some local people that model, but I think these are from the places that she gets the clothing.
Right,
the suppliers.
Yeah, but they have their holiday glam collection that has dresses, jumpsuits, like pretty sparkly jackets for those holiday parties and events, and of course they have all their sweaters and they're comfy. They have these awesome hats that were there that I didn't get yesterday, but maybe someone will get it for me for Christmas. Oh man, yeah. It's just packed full with all that stuff. Every single decoration on those trees you can buy. I don't think you can buy the actual tree because I bet people would like that, but she should look into that, like coming and decorating someone's whole tree. But look at all that. It's amazing. Oh,
And that's probably the biggest challenge of the entire holiday season, in my opinion, is finding the right balance for the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
How much is too much? How much is not enough?
She does it amazing. And like I said, I bought those 3 things. It was like 2 glittery, sparkly gold Christmas presents and then like a glittery, sparkly tree that can go by my fireplace. And now I'm going to base everything else around that. So thank you to her. She started that. You have to get out there.
There's no problem with going early for Christmas when that's your business. You don't,
No, not at all. Not for her. She's got it made. Yeah. But, some people are like, I can't believe you have Christmas decorations out already. Or
downtown Seneca Falls.
Yep.
Looks good from Fall Street as I drove by and saw the window.
It's beautiful.
We put Christmas stuff out this past week, like right after Halloween ended, because you don't really... We did. Myself and Connie.
Really?
We decorated.
That seems like against your standards.
I know. One of my best friends, though, she has her house is decorated to the max with Christmas trees and everything already.
Weekend after Thanksgiving.
Haven't gone that far, but
weekend after Thanksgiving.
See, my
I
problem
like to get
with
the
that
tree day after Thanksgiving
is that it's too short a time for the amount of work that you put into getting everything decorated. I want to get more than a month out of it.
That's true, but I also don't want to hear the Christmas music. Thanksgiving is the go day.
I listened to one this morning.
No way.
Psychology says when you put up your Christmas decorations sooner, you're happier. Just so you know.
Well,
you can
it's
look
tradition.
into it.
My tradition is after Thanksgiving.
And you're just as happy.
Jim doesn't want anything to do with that happiness stuff.
I know.
Get that right out of
here.
The
Grinch. But I do have to let you know one more thing.
Okay.
I was surprised and forgot that once I bought that stuff at the open house, she gave me a 20% off coupon for Black Friday weekend, and it just made life that much better because it gives you a reason to go back there, and it was like a little extra, here's your Christmas surprise. Yeah. And I was like, they have everything there. You know how I feel about it. You have to get out there and experience it yourself. It's November 6th through the 11th, people. This is urgent.
Yesterday through
you guys too.
This week.
Yes. The gentleman in the room.
Okay.
You'll thank me.
We better get going here.
I'll talk about it forever. But we will get going, and we will get into the weekend so we can see what the forecast is for our weekend.
Yeah, the forecast is bad.
Oh, great.
Friday night, 100%, or Friday, 100% chance of rain and morning snow. Good chance of morning snow. High of 44. It's going to be cold. Friday night, rain and snow showers likely. Mostly becoming all snow after 11 p.m.
No.
A low of around 32. And then Saturday, scattered flurries, mostly sunny, high near 38. And it will be breezy. And then on Saturday night, it's going to get down to 28 degrees. So if you forgot what 28 degrees feels like, go outside your house on Saturday night. Veterans Day, which is Sunday, partly sunny, high near 39, just a slight chance of light precipitation. That's my pick day. So my pick day is a partly sunny 39-degree day. And then overnight Sunday into Monday, lower around 30 degrees. And when you go back to work Monday, get ready for more light precipitation, rain, snow mix, high of 42.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
That makes me really upset. But you know what? It was coming. We knew it was coming. I'm going to be walking around Saturday night, of course, outside, so on the coldest day. But what do we have for stories of the week? I'm sure I have an idea.
It's election day.
Hello, election. So Cuomo, Seward, Helming, Funky, Finch, Mantelo, Gillibrand, Reed, Catco, Morelli, they all won. They were the big races across the state that a lot of folks were watching. The Collins and McMurray race in the 27th district remains too close to call. McMurray, as of this morning, is demanding a recount. About 3,000 votes separate the two of them. James Ferentz took some great shots of polling places in Auburn and Union Springs yesterday. That's what you're seeing right now on the screen. Two new sheriffs, Ontario County, Tompkins County, Henderson and Osborne, respectively. Porsche holding 100-vote lead heading into absentee counts in Seneca County for the county court judge race. He is leading David Ettman, local attorney, and Varick Town Justice. Barnes is your new District 6 legislator in Schuyler County, and Kathy Menicotes is your new Canandaigua Town Supervisor. Those were the big races that we were watching, and of course, full results online at fingerlakes1.com.
And thanks to everybody that tuned in for our Election Night Live webcast. It's one of our most popular. We had in all over 2,300 live viewers.
That's amazing.
Yep.
It's always fun. Josh, Jackie, Augustine, and myself. It's exciting to it's one of my favorite things.
And even during a year where there weren't that many local races of interest, like there are in the odd number years. So like next year or 2017, where you had a lot of county seats up, county supervisors, town supervisors, that sort of thing.
And it still was mere moments after the results were learned in the Seneca County judicial race that we had Barry Porsche on the line, followed by David Ettman. They're separated by less than 100 votes. Absentee ballots will be needed to decide that one, but it was great to be able, and I'm sure that viewers who were interested in that race probably enjoyed being able to hear from both of those candidates. Moments after the results came in, and they were great interviews. We appreciate them taking the time. And I told Josh last night, congratulations on a great job, another political campaign season wrapping up, and really proud of our coverage here at Finger Lakes Wine.
Lots of work done.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you made the studio look very patriotic. I loved it.
It was, and now it's back to normal, except for the balloons remain.
I know, they're so perfect. We should keep the balloons, just change out the colors.
Well, until Thanksgiving when Christmas comes.
Oh, we could put red and green. It looks really nice behind me, honestly. I'm going to miss this spot. But you went on the Seneca Wine Trail, like you said, and you were going to take us through your eyes of the Seneca Wine Trail. I'm jealous because I wish I went on a wine trail.
You can. It's pretty easy. Just get some friends together. I was a designated driver, but I also do like to drink. I'm always a designated driver. But I do like to taste wine, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, that's our problem.
We did a lot of stops at some breweries. I'm not a big fan of beer tasting or beer in general. I don't mind drinking a beer every now and then, but I prefer to taste the wine. And so anyways, we started off, we went down the east side of Seneca Lake and around Watkins Glen and back up the north side and ended with dinner at Ports. And so we had some planned stops, but the first place we weren't planning. You go through downtown Ovid and you see this place. The old firehouse has been converted into a brewery, and there it is.
That place is awesome.
I've never been there. I forgot about that place.
Really unique place here. Whoops, I went backwards. Actually, that's a quick sneak preview of our high school basketball schedule that hasn't been released yet. So
great.
There we are at the bar getting some drinks, and there was a group of people there that got their picture taken there. And when we got there, the place was packed, and we're like, "Man, this is a local hot spot in Ovid, must be, you know." And come to find out, it was all one group from Auburn.
Wow!
And that was them. It's a Firehouse Tap Room and Lost Kingdom Brewery, and really nondescript. At the old municipal building there in Ovid. Great way to reuse the space, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And on the other spot where they used to park the fire trucks is where they have the brewing equipment. Pretty
Smart.
Cool. So we continued on down the road.
Beautiful fall foliage.
And stopped at Red Newt, which is one of my favorites. Red Newt's amazing. The wine's good. The food's good. The views are good.
I was going to say the food's really good there.
Big fan of Red Newt. And as any weekend this time of year, it's going to be pretty crowded out there on the wine trail. It wasn't so crowded that the crowds were. It actually added to it. Nothing was too crowded. We never had to wait.
Yeah.
And then there's one of the Rieslings, I believe, at Red Newt tasting in there. Our gentleman that was pouring for us was very informative. And there's the back of Red Newt with some of their storage tanks and the view of Seneca Lake. Or is that Cuba Lake we're looking at over there?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
And there's some vines out by the parking lot. And then we went to a place called Two Goats Brewing. Have you ever been?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing view of Seneca Lake. And pretty good beer, too. This was the entrance. It doesn't look like much at this point, although you can tell the view's pretty good. But this gentleman here was tending bar, and that's the roof of it. What they do is they put a tack and take $50 and they throw it up there and it sticks. It's amazing. I actually had a video of it.
I was just saying, why did I see that? And it was yours.
Yeah,
I saw.
It was on Snapchat, I think.
Yeah.
That they threw, which, by the way, I think FingerLakes1.com Snapchat is coming soon. Just
yay!
Let you know, our own Snapchat channel. But the roof is filled with dollar bills, and then they donate that to charity. Pain in the neck to get up there and get them all down, though.
Yeah, that's a job in itself.
Yeah, so...
it's dangerous.
And here's inside. It's a really small one-room place, 2 goats, but you can just tell, looking out the window at these...
Views.
Just great. And then there it is from the road. I mean...
Wow.
It's amazing.
That is a photo of the week worthy photo.
Well, it's
Jim,
not
you have a hidden talent.
Photos, but yeah, that's and then there's a sign if you see it on the side of the road. 2 goats.
Go there.
Head on down a little further south to Grist Iron Brewing Company. I believe that's in Hector.
Yes.
Another brewery. Great place. Pretty crowded. Nice selection. I actually had heard that they had beer milkshakes there. They didn't have them available when we were there.
Ugh. Sounds gross.
Got to
People
watch
who like beer
a lot of the Syracuse football game there, which I was listening to in the radio and trying to watch as much as I could as we went on this tour. But I got to watch a large chunk of it here at Grist Iron. It is in Hector. And there's the entranceway. And then we went to the Finger Lakes Distilling Company, another place with incredible views. I mean, this is one of the bars in the back, tasting areas where you're actually tasting spirits and cocktails. And really enjoy this place, too. There's just some of the cocktails that they were featuring. Drunken Pumpkin, I had that. That was good. The sauce, the Hallelujah. I mean, it's seasonal with... gin and whiskey and vodka.
I love that table.
Yeah, that's this view from the deck. Pretty cool. It's interesting to see just those 3 lakes featured in their logo, which you can see here on the side of their building. Usually you see at least 5 of the Finger Lakes whenever somebody does a silhouette of the region. So heading on, moving down, more foliage. Beautiful day to drive. It was cold, though.
Yeah.
It was very cold. And there we headed into Watkins Glen, and then up the other side of the lake to a place called Barnstormer Winery, where the only place you can get this wine is at Barnstormer. There's the tasting room. And, I think when they said the only place you can get, I went too far. The only place you can get this wine is here, they say, because we like to, maintain that. No, it's just you're new and your wine's not quite good enough for prime time yet. Oh. It was fine. It was good. But
I've never heard of that winery, actually.
Yeah, it was the first time I was over there. It was a cool little place, though. They had a lot of other accessories for sale there and nice, friendly staff, and we had a good time at Barnstormer before we moved on to this place is called Mills. Mills Winery. It's a really old building. That building's haunted, apparently.
Amazing. I love it.
The 2 girls that were working that tasting room, one was a Keuka College student who went to Ontario High School, in our Wayne High School in Ontario, and then the other was a student at Penn Yan High School, our former student of Penn Yan, which it's cool because doing the high school basketball coverage, we knew some people, which made it fun. But this place was really cool, and they have a brewery in one. They brew their own beer in one section, and they have their own wine in another. It was really good wine, and great views. I loved it. And there we are leaving the gates to head out and eventually up to Ports, and that's all I got.
That was a lot. I wish they had a hotel at that last place if it was haunted. They could have the beer and the wine in the hotel. Seems
like a really nice place to have a small wedding, too. I didn't even know it existed. So Mills, that's a fun thing. You make a plan when you do these wine trails, but sometimes you just make some calls,
I've noticed you go to a lot of different places. Like I feel like the same ones always.
I like to go to 1 or 2 familiar ones, but then then explore, explore the Finger Lakes.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And while we're exploring the Finger Lakes, we should see some of the top local photos of this week that are amazing, I heard, and we have a lot to get through. So let's do it. The first one is by Rachel Burkholder, who didn't see a rainbow, but Rainbow Falls at Watkins Glen had plenty of fall colors last week. Oh, that's a great shot.
It is.
Rachel also found this golden lane somewhere on a seasonal road in the Finger Lakes Forest near Hector. That looks like it has some warm feelings to it, though. Mm-hmm. That's a nice, warm fall day. The month of October is over, and this leaf photographed by Chris Trine gives us a sign that fall is still in our midst.
Ooh.
Nice. You think that's a crisp, crunchy leaf?
Yes.
Looks like I could just step on it. From Shelley Lannon, Wednesday morning, wind and partial sunshine made for some incredible scenes at Seneca Lake State Park. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that a lot.
And that wind was whipping.
Yeah, I guess so. Another from Chris Trine, possibly one of the last chances to set sail for our season, is seen here last week with just one sun-filled day given to us in recent days, making it possible for this boat owner to set sail for a few hours as they pass by Newark Island on Sodus Bay. Picturesque, that little sailboat.
Colder than it looks.
I'm sure they're in sweatshirts and jackets. From Michael Yarger, the toilet paper won on Halloween this year in this photo from Ontario County.
Boom.
Aww. That's sad.
That's a pain to clean up.
That's a cool picture, though. It looks creepy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those people. While on a late afternoon drive on Shecker Road near Sodus Bay, Chris Trine saw this tree of golden yellow leaves basking itself in the bright sunshine. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are nice.
Bright yellow.
And up at the top, they're a little darker. That's a nice picture.
Fall foliage and a Canal Corp flotilla. I said it right, too, the first time. Reflecting on the Erie Canal adjacent the Lions Dry Dock and Lock 28A in this photo from Robert Stopper.
You could have guessed that one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So the Canal Corp flotilla. I like that name, or that word.
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful Sunday morning made for a good time for Mike Sargent to capture boathouse reflections at the Canandaigua City Pier.
Oh, he's a popular subject for photos.
That is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, another gem from Rachel Burkholder, who took a walk by the creek near Union Springs to enjoy the beautiful fall colors and this waterfall on Saturday.
It is a real gem.
That is. That now brings us to the decision.
Yep, pick your favorites.
So,
go ahead.
Seneca Lake, Northern Shore. I can't remember who took it.
Shelley Lannon.
Shelley, you're my winner this week.
I was going to go with Shelley too, but since we like to make it interesting, I'm going to go for the beautiful Sunday morning Mike Sargent reflections at Canandaigua City Pier.
Ooh.
Oh, so now I have to decide. Mm-hmm. Well, since you were leaning towards Shelley's, I think that's a pretty unique one.
It is.
And the lighting and everything, I think we'll go with that one. So there it is, Shelley Lannon. You have the photo of the week.
Congratulations, Shelley. And, of course, everybody had great photos. And if you would like to share your local photos from across the Finger Lakes, click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage at fingerlakes1.com. And that brings us right into sports.
Sports weekend, November. That means college football is really winding down. And guess what? Syracuse football is relevant.
Yeah, that's great. They are relevant. I like how you worded that.
Ranked 13th, they play their final home game Friday night in the Dome against Louisville, 7 o'clock on ESPNU. Let's beat Louisville, take care of business, get that 8th win. Let's continue on a collision course with Notre Dame and Yankee Stadium, who will hopefully be undefeated so we can spoil their season. If Syracuse wins out, they could potentially be as high as 5 or 6.
Wow.
Get a great bowl game. And it's just unfortunate the way the ACC works. We're in the same division as Clemson, who beat us, where Pittsburgh might win the ACC championship game. If we were in the other division, we might have a chance still to get in that ACC championship game, but it's probably not going to happen unless Clemson implodes, which is unlikely. Cornell, they have their final home game as well. They're hosting Dartmouth at 1:30 p.m. at Showcloth Field in Ithaca. Hobart's at St. Lawrence for a 1 o'clock kick Saturday, and it's Cortaca Jug weekend. Ithaca's at Cortland, noon Saturday. It's a huge party, big game. Locally, it's an event that shouldn't be missed, right? Have you ever gone to the Cortaca Jug?
Yeah.
You've gone to a Cortaca Jug game.
You brought back some memories. I think I went twice when my cousin was in Cortland, and I think we won both times.
Who's we?
Cortland won both times, so that was even better because, it was just 10 times more crazy. But it is very crazy.
Yeah, it got a little so crazy they considered canceling the game a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But doing away with it. But it's back. Cortica Jug.
I forgot all about that. Oh, my.
Local high school football. Skinny Atlas is into the state playoffs now. They face Chenango Forks on Saturday at 3 o'clock at Cicero North Syracuse High School. The NFL enters Week 10 this weekend. The Bills take on the Jets. They're down in at the Meadowlands in New York City. 1 o'clock kick on CBS. We'll see if they can win one. Josh Allen might be back, but it's probably going to be Nathan Peterman.
Oh, Bills.
Did you notice Syracuse basketball is back? They played last night and won, and they play their second game on Saturday. They're ranked 16th. They play Moorhead State at the Carrier Dome, 7 o'clock p.m. This is going to be a great year for Jim Boeheim's team. His son, Buddy Boeheim, who was once interviewed on FingerLakes1.com 2 years ago at Waterloo High School when Jamesville DeWitt was playing in the tournament there. Myself and Michael Alessio interviewed Buddy Boeheim, and you can find that on YouTube. It was a good interview. He's now a freshman at Syracuse playing for his dad, and there's a picture of him on Twitter dressed with a picture of Jim Boeheim from the early 1960s in his uniform, posing in a black and white with a ball, and Buddy Boeheim is in a black and white photo next to it in the same pose. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've
anyways,
always
that's
wondered
good.
If he was going to do that.
Cornell basketball also in action at Colgate Sunday at 1 o'clock. We'll have all the results from all those games and more on our sports page at FingerLakes1.com all weekend long.
You did a good job.
Yeah, we got about 2 minutes. What's going on this weekend? Anything good?
I'm going to see Impractical Jokers in Rochester.
In Rochester? Wow.
Yeah, I'm skeptical about it because, their show is so much different than what it would be as like a stand-up comedy, but I've heard some parts are really, really, really good, and some parts maybe are a little not as good, but it's still going to be a good time.
I'm sure you'll have fun. Josh?
This weekend, it's a relaxing weekend.
That was last weekend, too.
Last weekend wound up prepping for election night. Obviously, we had 2 different shows that we recorded over the weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously a lot was going on then, and now we can finally start to gear it down. I have a cold I need to disband and get rid of. Hopefully that happens in the next few days. I know a lot of people last night. I was getting a lot of text messages about how awesome the show was last night. I was also
minor technical problems. But
was also getting a lot about how I needed to get some rest and I needed to get better. So
that was rough.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we wish you the best of luck with that. Hopefully it doesn't drag out like a lot of things do around this time.
I'm going to be either going to or watching that Syracuse game on Friday night. And then Saturday, I'm going to my friend Mike's and Holly's house in Rochester, and they're having a party where you bring 2 bottles of wine.
That's it?
And you want to make it good.
Yeah.
And then you put 1 bottle aside, and then they take the other one, and then everybody has every single wine, and they vote on the winner, and the winner takes all the other bottles of wine home with them.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
that's
that
such a
sounds
cool
like fun.
Idea.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Who is that clever person? I need them in my life.
We'll see how that goes.
My
That's
family
Saturday
would bring
night.
5 bottles of wine each and try it out. But yeah, I think this weekend should be fun. It's going to be cold. Get out to CV Designs if you haven't, gentlemen. Go
check
there.
them out online too.
Yeah, check them out.
And we're
online.
going to see about her maybe doing some decorating up here in the studio.
I will get a hold of her. She would love that, I'm sure. She's got great taste. So that is about it. What about anything else?
No, it's just dress warm this weekend. It's slipping away.
It is.
It's slipping away. But veterans, thanks to our veterans. Happy Veterans Day. Thanksgiving's coming up. Christmas season. There's still good stuff. High school basketball.
Yes,
take
that's
us out of
very
here.
Exciting. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you enjoyed this show, click like, share, or comment. We'll be back live next Wednesday, which is, I don't know the date, next Wednesday at 12:30. And until then, whatever your plans are, have a great November weekend in the Philippines.
November 14th.
Wow, it's going through quick.
Jessica Lahr will be back.
Yeah, yes.
Tell me